Hello students, welcome to another class of engineering mechanics. Since we were discussing about friction, right? So we'll continue with the questions. Another question. Note on the question. Bodies A and B are joined by a cord. Are joined by a cord parallel to the inclined plane. Parallel to the inclined plane shown in figure, as shown in figure. Full stop. Under body A, which weighs 200 Newton, which weighs 200 Newton, comma, small f, coefficient of friction is equal to 0.2 and 0.5 under body B, which weighs 300 Newton. Determine the angle theta. Determine the angle theta at which motion starts. What is the tension in the cord? What is the tension in the cord? Okay. So I'll draw the figure here. The given figure is in the question itself. Okay. Whatever the things I am drawing with red color is actually given in the question. Okay. Right. And we have two blocks. So it's one block. This is another block. And we have this is the surface, right? This is the angle given to us, that is theta. We have to determine the angle theta here, and weight of the body will act exactly in downward direction. So this is block A and this is block B. Okay, and till here the question is given to us, and these two are connected by a cord. These two things are connected by a cord. And he is asking us to calculate whether at which angle the entire motion should start. Okay, we need to calculate this theta at which the motion should start. So to calculate that, see, this is the question given to us now. So whatever the things furtherly I am drawing with black pen. Okay, after question. So what are the given things? I will write here. This is the solution given. So the given things is, I'll write here, weight of block A. Okay, WA is equal to how much given to us? 200 Newton. Okay, coefficient of friction under block A Coefficient of friction is, we denote it with small f. Coefficient of friction under block A is 0.2. Okay, and weight of block B is WB, which is equal to how much given to us? 300 Newton. And coefficient of friction under block B is 0.3. Okay, next. So I'll draw the weights here. Weight always go in downward direction, right? So this is what is the weight here? 200 Newton. Here also weight will go exactly in downward direction. So here weight is 300 Newton. Okay, so the surface here is inclined, so normal reaction will be here NB, and here normal reaction will be NA, isn't it? Normal reaction will be, one is NA and another one is NB. Alright, next is here in this one, this is the chord, right? So here always whenever we say chord, we always denote with tension. Okay, so from block A the tension will go away from the body, and from block B tension will go away from the body. Okay, and depending upon this x and y axis we have to calculate. Okay, always whenever they give inclined things, then we have to calculate the values depending upon this given x and y axis. Okay, now because of this motion, where the blocks will move, because of their weights, the block will move in downward direction. So frictional force will act in opposite direction to the movement, right? So frictional force, this will be my frictional force at B, and here frictional force at A. Okay, since the forces are in, see the vertical forces are actually in which quadrant? You can see, draw your x and y axis here. This x and y axis I am taking. So it is in which quadrant? It is going in third quadrant, right? So what we have to do, we have to take the components of these two inclined forces. So that means this will be 200 cos theta, and this one 200 sin theta. Similarly, this value will be 300 cos theta, and this value will be 300 sin theta, right? Sin theta. Okay, so these are the forces we have in this problem. So we'll take down first block A. Okay, first we'll consider block A. So how many forces are there? First we'll take down sigma y is equal to 0. Always remember, our problems related to friction can be solved with the help of sigma x is equal to 0, sigma y is equal to 0 only. Okay, always. So sigma y is equal to 0. How many vertical forces we have here? You can see NA, this one, NA is going in upward direction, and 200 sin theta is going in downward direction, minus 200 sin theta. Minus 200 sin theta is equal to 0. So NA is equal to how much? 200 sin theta, right? Next we have F is equal to N F. Since we are calculating at A, so FA, NA, FA. So that implies frictional force at A, FA is equal to NA. What is NA we got? 200 sin theta into NFA. FA is how small FA is? 0.2. Okay. So if you simplify this one, FA is equal to 200 into 0.2, you will get 40 sin theta. Okay. After this one, we'll go for let me mark this one also in blue color, block A. Okay. So sigma x, sigma y is 0, sigma next these are the three important steps. Sigma x is equal, sigma y is equal to 0, f is equal to nf, and third step is sigma x is equal to 0. Horizontal forces. For block A, see the horizontal force we have FA and horizontal force is 200 cos theta. So that implies one force. FA is going in positive x direction, so that is why I'll write here FA minus 200 cos theta. So that implies is equal to 0, right? Is equal to 0. So that implies FA is equal to 200 cos theta. FA is equal to 200 cos theta. One more thing we have forgot here, that is we have minus 200 cos theta. Here we have t also, right? So plus t I will write here. Plus t is equal to 0. Okay. So what we can do here, we'll make t as subject here. So t is equal to 200 cos theta minus f. Okay. So t is equal to 200 cos theta minus, what is the value of FA? This is FA, right? So what is the value of FA we got? Minus 40 sin theta. Equation number 1. Okay, we got equation number 1. Now we'll go for block B. Alright, we'll go for block B now. I'll write here block B. So for block B, again same thing, that is sigma y is equal to 0. You can see here how many vertical forces we have. NB is one vertical force and this 300 sin theta is one vertical force. So sigma y is equal to 0. NB is going in upward direction and minus 300 cos theta, sin theta is going in downward direction. So minus 300 sin theta is equal to 0. So that implies NB is equal to 300 sin theta. Okay. Next is F is equal to NF. F is equal to NF. FB, NB, FB. So that implies what is FB, frictional force under B, is equal to normal reaction NB is how much? 300 sin theta. NB, where is NB? 300 sin theta. What is FB we got? It is given in the question, that is 0.3. 0.3. So that implies FB, that is frictional force under B, is equal to 300 into 0.3 or 0.5. Is given as 0.5, right? So it is 0.5 given actually. So 0.5. So this will be 150 sine theta. So this is FB. Next we will calculate, this is one step, this is another step, and third step is sigma x is equal to 0. How many horizontal forces we have here? You can see FB, frictional force, is a horizontal force, and 300 cos theta is also a horizontal force, and even we have T also, which is horizontal force. So FB is going in positive x direction, whereas tension is going in negative x direction, T, and also our 300 cos theta is also going in negative x direction, minus 300 cos theta. 300 cos theta is equal to 0. So we'll make T as subject. So T is equal to, here itself, T is equal to FB minus 300 cos theta. What is the value of FB we have? T is equal to 150 sin theta minus 300 cos theta. Call this as equation number 2. So we have one equation here and another equation here, T and T. So can we equate these two equations? Yes. So equating equation number 1 and 2. So equation number 1 is how much? What? 200 cos theta minus 40 sin theta is equal to 150 sin theta minus 300 cos theta. Alright. So this is the general solution. Okay. So if you equate these two terms, what happens? Sin theta, you take this towards right side, and cos theta you take it this side. So 200 cos theta plus 300 cos theta is equal to 150 sin theta plus sin theta plus 40 sin theta. So this is 500 cos theta is equal to 190 sin theta. So sin theta by cos theta is equal to 500 by 190. 500 by 190. So that implies this is tan theta is equal to 69. Tan theta will be 2.63 and theta is equal to 69.18 degrees. So this is the value of theta. This is the minimum angle required to cause the motion. Okay, this is theta. Now how to calculate T? He is asking us to calculate T, no? So substitute this theta in equation number 1 or 2. We will substitute in 2. So T is equal to 150 into sine 69.18 minus 300 into cos 69.18. We'll get the value of T as 33.62 Newton. Okay, this is how we calculate problems. When we have multiple blocks or 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, then we divide, segregate them, block A and block B, like that. Okay, so gradually we will calculate for each and every block. Able to understand? Yes. So now we'll move to another problem. We have one more problem related to this one. So here the question is, a 500 Newton block shown in figure is in contact with a 45 degrees or inclined plane. Is in contact with a 45 degrees inclined plane. If small f, that is coefficient of friction, if small f is equal to 0.25, comma, compute the value of horizontal force P, compute the value of horizontal force P necessary to start the block, necessary to start the block up the incline. Okay, so the figure is given in the question, that is, this is an inclined surface, okay, and the angle is given to us as 45 degrees. This is the block, okay, and this is the force P, required to start the block. Okay, so we have one more thing, that is, what is the weight of the block given to us? Weight of the block is given as 500 Newton. Weight of the block is 500 Newton. Okay, so always weight will act exactly in which direction? Downward direction. Even though the block is resting on a horizontal inclined surface, but the weight will act exactly in downward direction only. Okay, 500 Newton. So depending upon the inclined surface, what happens? Our inclined surface will have a normal reaction, that is, normal reactions, all these reactions I will show you in different color, okay, so that it will be easy for you to understand, isn't it? So these are the things given in the question. So what we will do, we'll take down with another color. So this is the normal reaction N, okay, and because of since the block will move in downward direction, the force is, this P is not applied, this will be applied after the the force, the block will first try to move in downward direction. So to overcome that, the frictional force will act in downward direction, isn't it? Right. So since this is my x and y axis, right, so what happens here? This will be parallel to x axis, so, and this will be parallel to y axis. So this will be 500 sine 45, and this will be 500 cos 45. All right, so we'll start the solution. So what are the given things? I'll write here first. So the weight of the block is, W is how much? 500 Newton. Coefficient of friction under the two surfaces is 0.25 given, and theta, that is this theta, is also given to us, which is 45 degrees. Okay, so first we'll go with sigma y is equal to 0. How many vertical forces we have here? We have N and 500 sine 45. So N minus 500 sine 45 is equal to 0. So N is equal to 500 into sine 45. Next is F is equal to NF. Okay, so what is F? F is equal to frictional force, so F is equal to N is 500 into sine 45. This is N. Coefficient of friction is 0.25. If you solve this one, you will get F is equal to frictional force is equal to 88.38 Newton. So sigma x is equal to 0 next. This is first, this is second step. Third step is sigma x is equal to 0. So sigma x is equal to 0 is nothing but how many horizontal forces we have? We have F, we have P, and even we have this 500 cos 45. So P is going in positive x direction. P minus F minus 500 cos 45. So P is equal to F plus 500 cos 45. So what happens here? P is equal to, what is the value of F we have? Value of F is 88.38. 88.38 plus 500 cos 45. So the value of P is 441.93. 441.93 Newton. This is the value of force P required to cause the motion. Okay. So the next question is, we'll take down another question. A uniform ladder a uniform ladder 8 meter long, weighs 200 Newton, full stop. It is placed against a vertical wall. It is placed against a vertical wall at an angle of 60 degrees with the ground. At an angle of 60 degrees with the ground. How far along the ladder? How far along the ladder can a 800 Newton man climb before the ladder is on the verge? Before the ladder is on the verge of slipping. The angle of friction at all contact surfaces is 15 degrees. Okay, this is very, very important topic. Okay, so I'll draw the figure here. This is the given figure given to us. So the question is given to us, the diagram is given in the question itself. Okay, so this is the wall, this is the horizontal surface, Okay, and I'll draw with this color, ladder. Okay, ladder will draw with some other color. This is the ladder. Okay, and the length of the ladder is 8 meters. All right, this is the wall, this is ground. And always remember, so these are the things given in the question. Okay, this is 8 meters long. This is 8 meters. Now till here only all the things are given to us. Now after that, whatever I am drawing here is not there in the question. Okay, so a uniform ladder 8 meters long. 8 meters long we have provided here. Weighs 200 Newton. So always we all know 200 Newton will act exactly in which direction? Weight will always act exactly at the center. This is the center, let us say, and weight will act exactly in downward direction. So weight of the ladder is how much? 200 Newton. So weight is 200 Newton. Understood this one, right? Now after that, weight is over. It is placed against a vertical wall at an angle of 60 degrees with ground. So this angle is 60 degrees. This also we have added in our figure. How far along the ladder can a 800 Newton man can climb before the ladder is on the verge of slipping? The angle of friction is 15 degrees. So we don't know. Let us take at this location. Let us take at this location a man of 800 Newton is climbing, and this distance from here to here, it is, let us consider x. I don't know. Okay, very important problem. Either I can place it over here or here also. I don't know whether x is greater than 8 meters or less than 8 meters. We all don't know anything about it. Okay, so I'm just placing it after the central part of the ladder. Okay, it depends. Now after placing this one, the next thing is we have to place our reactions. Okay, so what I will do before placing the reactions, I'll name this as point A and this as point B. Okay, so what happens, I'll have a reaction that is normal reaction, will be having Na. Okay, now if the ladder slips down, the ladder will move in which direction? Ladder will move in this direction. So the frictional force will act exactly in the opposite direction. Exactly in opposite direction. So this is F A. Okay, understood this one? Yes. So again here also we'll be having a normal reaction, that will be NB. Okay, now the ladder, the movement of the ladder is in downward direction. So frictional force will act in which direction? Upward direction. Frictional force will act in upward direction. So this will be FB. Okay, now another important thing here is we'll be having, see, this force is going in upward direction, another force is going in right side direction. So we will be having a resultant force RA, and this angle is given to us. The friction at all contact surfaces is 15 degrees. This is nothing but phi. So this phi is how much given to us? 15 degrees. Here also one force is going in a negative x direction and another force is going in positive x direction, so we will be having a resultant force RB and this angle will be 15 degrees. Yes, this is what we need. Okay, next is we have to be very careful in calculation part. Now in case of ladder problems, especially basically in all ladder problems, we consider resultants instead of this NAFA. Okay, we consider what? Resultants instead of NA and FA. So what I'll do here is I'll remove this angle is how much? 15 degrees with x-axis, here 15 degrees with y-axis. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll try to remove, or else we'll keep it here as it is. What we will do here is, since our force RA is inclined, isn't it? So here we'll be having two components like this and like this. So this will be, horizontal component will be RA cos 15. Cos 15. Why cos 15? Because the angle is with y-axis. Here vertical component will be RA so RA, horizontal component will be sin 15 because angle is with y-axis. This will be, vertical component will be RA cos 15. Here also the same thing will happen, that is at this location RA, this is RB, no? So we'll be having two components here. This will be RB, I'll write here RB, this is with x-axis, so RB sin 15, and here this will be RB cos 15. Okay, so RA and RB we have added. Next what we will do here, we'll take down sigma x is equal to 0 and sigma y is equal to 0. Okay, first I'll take sigma, solution, sigma x is equal to 0. So what we will consider here, only resultants we will consider. Okay, RA sin 15 minus RB, see here we have RB cos 15, RB cos 15 is equal to 0. So what happens here, RA is equal to RB cos 15 whole divided by sin 15. So RA will be equal to 3.732 RB. RA is equal to 3.732 RB we got. Okay, next is we'll go for sigma y is equal to 0. Now you can see here how many vertical forces we have. We have here RA cos 15 plus RB sin 15 minus 200 minus 800 Newton equal to 0. So this is another part. Okay, able to understand? So what we will do here, we'll try to substitute RA is equal to 3.72 RB here. Okay, so RA, this RA will replace it with this 3.732 RB into cos 15 plus RB into sin 15 minus 1000 is equal to 0. So if you simplify this one, you will get the value of RB is equal to 259.4 newtons, and Ra, substitute the value of Rb in this equation, you will get Ra, that is 969.34 newtons. These are the values of Ra and Rb. Okay, Ra and Rb, resultant at A and resultant at B. We got Ra and Rb. Now we'll take moment. We got the values of Ra and Rb. Right now, but we need to calculate we need to calculate the distance of this 800 Newton man, isn't it? So to calculate that, what we will do, we'll take moment of all forces. Moment of all forces about point A is equal to 0. Moment of all forces about point A is equal to 0. So we'll take all these figures downward, okay, for our calculation. Okay, so here we have some values, right? This is NA, and where is the frictional force? Frictional force will act in this direction. So this is Ra, this is angle 15 with x-axis or y-axis. So Ra sine 15 and Ra cos 15. These are the things available with us. So what we will do here, we'll calculate moment of all forces about point A is equal to 0. So if you keep your thumb at point A and see the forces 200 Newton. So what happens? 200. What will be the perpendicular distance? Force is going in downward direction. Force is going in downward direction. See, it is going in downward direction. So what happens? What will be this distance? This distance, always remember, this distance will be, suppose for example I have this x and y, okay, and we know hypotenuse, that is, suppose for example this is 5 meters, okay, so this is theta. So what happens if I want to calculate x? So suppose for example this is A, B and C. So what happens? What is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, that is x by 5. So what happens? X is equal to 5 cos theta, isn't it? So horizontal distance, x is equal to 5 cos theta. So similarly here I want horizontal distance, this distance I want, this distance from 200 to this. So 200 is the force. Perpendicular distance will be, what is the distance from the center? This is center, no? So 4 into cos 60, 4 into cos 60 plus 800 into, this is force. Perpendicular distance is, see here, this distance is x, no? So I don't know what is x. So x into cos 60 minus RB, minus RB cos 45 minus RB cos 45 into 8 sin 60 vertical distance, then minus RB into sin 45, this is force. Perpendicular distance is 8 cos 60. So here we have x, no? If you simplify this one, this is equal to 0. If you solve this one, you will get x is equal to 4.01 meters. 4.01 meters. Okay, this is how we simplify. Okay, right. Next problem will continue in another class.